Secured by Brandon Cooks. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 2nd and 3 now.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
Throw right side, caught by Thomas. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Back to throw. Completed over the middle. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. After a good pickup, they're set up for 2nd and short.
At the Ravens' 41-yard line.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Catch made by Cooks. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
A 28-yard
They get 28 out of that play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Over the goal line. And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down or opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. So that right there, exactly what you're looking for in the opening drive of a game.
And these opening drives are tone setters. You come out flat, maybe you go 3 and out. Sometimes there's a carryover effect, Kate, but here they were sharp, they were crisp, and they grabbed the early lead.
On comes Joshua Carty to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1 for 1. Reed now to kick this one away. On the return, here's Jones. He's got the range past the 30. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And I really think this is one of those moments where every starting quarterback in the opening, right, week 1, all has a sense of gratitude, all has a smile on their face. You're one of 32 guys on the planet that get to start an NFL season, and you want to make the most of that chance.
And the Saints came marching home, and they dropped him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
We spend so much time talking about an offense and how they script their first 15 plays typically. But how about that defensive coordinator, that head coach? Heck, every player on that sidelines, you couldn't script it any better. Well, other than maybe taking the ball away, creating a negative play, creating a sack, creating offense now behind the chains, that's exactly how you're looking to start.
Another try following the sack. They're on him again, and he goes down again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down.
That's exactly what you want to see from your defense. First time they take the field, already have a lead, but they don't rest on their laurels. Instead, they just keep on attacking. They're keeping the pedal down to hammer home that advantage.
So a really tough spot here. This is 3rd and a country mile.
Whatever it is.
Lamar now from the gun. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Signals for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 27. No return on that punt. And the Saints will get set to take over. Play action on first down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Takes out a one stop. And the Ravens are going to have it after his second interception of the season. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurking defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your routes, but see those defenders in front of it. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
The Ravens offense returning to the field for their second possession. Their first drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punt, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their second drive. This is ahead for about 5. Really gay there on the tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the 28. That's incomplete left side.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Now Jackson on third down. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First and 10. Here's Jackson. This is caught by Isaiah Likely. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
Jackson's going to throw again. Flushed out of the pocket. He keeps it and takes off. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives him first and goal.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Henry. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling our running backs, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And that's going to be a touchdown. It's on the board for now. And will it stand? We've got to see what this flag is all about.
Holding offense.
Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but across the line there, that earns the holding penalty. So the holding backs him up. They'll try to get that back and then some on second and goal. They'll go with the option to the right side. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. They've held him out twice. Here we go. Third and goal. He's on the move. And they will score. It's a multi-point touchdown. The Ravens pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could make.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith. Right? You could just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And it's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. This return starts at the 5. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. New Orleans back on offense and ready to go down. And And we've seen both extremes of this passing game so far, Brock. One touchdown and one interception on the ledger.
A home run and a strikeout. A little sampling of what works and what doesn't against this defense, Kate. Now, got to try to emphasize those things that you found success on with that opening drive.
It's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Searching for Chris Olave with that one. And it sets up second down. Throwing off the play fake here. Stays in the pocket. Look at it. The defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Hey, Kate, you know that line, time is of the essence? It certainly is in the pocket. Not enough time there to let that play develop down the field. And the two are not able to reel it in.
Dumped off to his running back. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
First and 10 from the 41. This is complete to Olave. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Saints are going to have a first down. Got a man, it's Thomas. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. Second and 3 now. From the 36. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be touchdown, Brock. Looks to be a couple yards shy of that marker. Third and just 2 to go. Here's a throw. It's tipped away. He's going to hit the ground. Incomplete. Defender winning that one. Brings up third down.
I think we're seeing why this defense likes him in coverage. He reacts so well to throws, and he's even more adept at breaking up those passes.
They'll try and throw it here. He finds him beyond the marker. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. It's an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble there on fourth down, and they move those chains. He'll throw it yet again. Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a New Orleans first down. This is Alvin Kamara with it. And he's brought down after a nice run and some extra effort. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have second and 2 next. We're through one quarter of this opening weekend of football. Both teams neck and neck so far. Back to the bank in just a moment. We're back for the start of the second. Saints have the ball and a chance at 6. Back now, pressure on its way. They didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Setting up a throw. Intercepted in the end zone. Roquan Smith with the pick.
That's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Now the Ravens all set for another possession. They're 1 for 1 so far to begin the new NFL season. Touchdown on their opening drive. Let's see if they have 2 for 2 in them. Drive starts out with a first and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. Motioning one of the tight ends. From the gun, Jackson. Gets this one to Andrews. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the gun, a run for Henry. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
From the 18 on second down. Finds him over the middle. And he gets him around 6 there. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Jackson out of the gun on third. He'll get this to Henry. Nothing doing there as he gets out of bounds back at the line.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be their football. The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. First and 10 coming up. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. Keeps it moving. He's all the way home. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints need only one to take the lead. Cardi with the extra point. And the Saints break that tie and now lead by 7.
Ravens 7.
Reed now to kick this one away. There's a return from the 7. I'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. The Ravens trotting out their offense. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. The drive begins with Henry. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Tackled on the play by Cameron Jordan. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Caught by Flowers. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
It's got to be one of the shortest completions I've ever seen on a curl and go. That route's like a fine wine, Kate. It gets better the longer it matures. That court came out a little early that time, and it was only a small gain.
And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. This one goes for 3 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Certainly dropped these quarterback keepers anticipating a whole lot more yardage. But I think it could be overlooked there since they did pick up the first down. If anything, they can see what kept it to a small gain over there on the sidelines, and they'll come back to it on the next set of downs.
He was descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Alontae Taylor making the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Second and 9 at the 46-yard line.
Running once more with Henry. A lot of guys ahead. They strike for 23 yards. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this piece down.
They've got first down from the 31. Another run for Henry. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
This is Henry on second. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over it.
Jackson now, 3rd and long. Able to find Jones. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lot. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Starting from the 5. The Saints come marching onto the field. Well, Brock, it only took 1 play to reach the end zone last time. They might have to work a little bit harder this time out. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Into the hands of Olave. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 34. Isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Okay, I've seen a 1-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. They're throwing it. Kamara's got it. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed up any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. It takes great acumen, great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
He breaks a tackle. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And the Ravens will go on offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Hey, Alpha, say hi. Nice hot.
Out of the gun, Henry. And they had that one contained right at the line. Really gay there on the tackle. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. It's the Ravens with 10 to go still on 2nd down. They motion the tight end over. 2nd and 10 now. Henry on the catch. Has some daylight through the 40. And he almost reaches the 45 before going out. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the middle. You call a screen like that, instead of him just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
First and 10, here's Jackson. And he'll be taken down until he reaches that 45-yard line. Clock still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up. He's got Andrew. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about a big hitter, 34 yards there with a new set of downs.
My favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10.
Nice hot.
Jackson yet again. Has it in close. Touchdown, Baltimore. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Now they'll try the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Ravens push their lead to 3. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Has this at the 6. And look at this return. This return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. The Saints are going to take over now near the end of the half. And we're a shade away from 50 seconds to go in the half. That's enough time to put something together. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 44. Prior to first down, they decide to call a timeout. He's going to throw this one. Catch made by Cooks. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. First and 10 now from the 30. He'll throw it. He's got time here. Allowing him to catch. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
First and goal, New Orleans.
They get 22 on that one. And now they have a first and goal. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start with two cities separated by only 100 miles or so. Cincinnati taking on Indianapolis. And it's the Colts on top as that one approaches halftime. The Colts trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. 3 touchdown passes there for Trevor Lawrence. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Steelers looking for the win on the road in week 1. The Ravens were led in that first half by who else? The former MVP Lamar Jackson. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. On the return, here's Jones. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Here comes the Baltimore offense to begin quarter number 3. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Man in motion out of the slot. Here's Henry on the option. And he's brought down for a loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
He's got a man left. And a nice game here, but it's stopped short of the first. Third and a lone yard coming up.
Third and 1.
Lamar now from the gun. Andrews with the catch. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
You know, Kate, you often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. Hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Caught him across the line early there. That's an easy call for our officials.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still first down.
So they'll only need 5 now after that neutral zone infraction penalty. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's running with it. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Thought he had a touchdown there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. They send a tight end in motion. Lying down there with Henry. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Only a yard from that time, so now 3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
It's not. It's not.
Now here's Lamar. That's taken in by Henry. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens grow the lead coming out of halftime. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens make it a 10-point ball game. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. He fields it from the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Saints headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns. Good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can. Putting together quite the game for himself in the process. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. This finds Cooks complete. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
It's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. It sets up 2nd and very manageable. And it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And like an empty rapper, he just throws that one away.
That is a DB's best play to pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. It came in before he could find the target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Kamara now on 1st and 10. Past midfield to the 45. heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then boom, get the right blocking, a possessed running back, and you get some serious yards on the table.
First down, ball at the 36. Stay on the ground with Camara.
That's got to be so frustrating for them. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat. The blocker can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's a give up the middle. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Up and good. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. You see the Ravens making their way out now. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson gets this one to Andrews. Having gained about a handful there. Play wrapped up by Mario Davis. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Give to Henry on the inside handoff. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. They send one of the tight ends in motion right. Now Jackson on 3rd down. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered kid on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And he doesn't put much height or distance on this one. Calls fair catch and has it inside the 40-yard line. So no return on that punt. And they're going to take over possession. The Saints are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Throwing it to start this drive. Complete out to the right. He's contained at the line for no gain. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. They run it from the gun with Camara. Escapes a defender. And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Quick pass right side, complete. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
From midfield now. That's another quick hitter. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Going back, it's the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. the Saints are going to have a first down.
A gain of 11.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
They're set up at the 35 now.
Let's go now.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. This is complete to Olave. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. That's Olave away with a stop.
4 yards on Dickey. Second and 6 at the Ravens 31.
We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's the Saints ball. They're down on the scoreboard, but things not out of hand yet. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 31. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Third and just 2 to go. Back now, pressure on its way. Hits him on the out route. And this one doesn't go far.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, kid. It's like a puck. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Desperation time here on fourth. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, kid, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Play action now with Jackson. Makes the grab and bands offside. Well, they get a good 32 yards on that play as well as a new set of downs.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. On 1st and 10, it's Henry. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Sending a receiver left. 1st down, here's Lamar. And they finally bring him down. That is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. All right, all set up now, 1st and 10. Here's Henry. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yeah.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens double their lead to 14. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to go now. They passed on the field goal, didn't get it on fourth down. Interested to see what they do if a similar situation arises on this next possession. Motioning left is Olave. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. To the air now on 1st and 10. Catch made by Cooks. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
At the 45-yard line.
Here's the one back on the handoff. And he's going to go down right along midfield strike. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
And the Saints first down.
Look into the air here. That's going to be caught by Cooks. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
At the 42-yard line.
From the 42. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
The tight end in motion now. Throwing now, 3rd and 2. It isn't moving up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back it up and bring up 4th down.
You call play action. It would have been better to actually give it to him on a carry right there, Kate. The front was forward for about a split second, if that. The play call ended up working in their favor as it leads to a sack.
Offense staying out here. It's 4th and 11. Looking for a throw here. Short pass caught by his tight end. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. And this one won't get close. They make the stand and force that turnover on downs.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate said, you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Baltimore running its offense out now. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Gets this to Bateman. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
And that hit stuffs him in his tracks. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. Complete beyond the marker. And they make the tackle at the 38. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. New set of downs for him at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They run. Here's Henry. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And they bring him down quickly, but he does have it across the 40. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Lamar now from the gun. Coverman is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. incomplete. That one intended for Mark Andrews. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Baltimore lined up in punt formation. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And this is a worm burner. He did not hit that one well. The Saints ready for their next series. Let out on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Saints losing by 14. From the 32. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Now the Saints hustling people forward. They need to get set. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete.
Ronald thought that look at all came downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
2nd and 10 now. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Nate Wiggins has got it. And the Ravens are going to have him down to his 2nd interception of the season. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play. And that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long. But throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. They're looking to just hang on to the ball through the finish. Defense has all of its timeouts, but with this game out of reach, a good chance they just let it run. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. 2nd and 6 coming up here. They run it with King Henry. And he's brought down for a loss. We have a timeout here. 2nd one taken by New Orleans. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. He has the first over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock. But the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So in front of the flock of